Hey guys, welcome back. Can you tell it's humid? I look awful, but I wanted to talk to you today about my grocery list for the week. I went through it. I had budgeted $150 for the week for groceries, and last Sunday I spent $76. So that leaves me with $74 left to spend. And so I went through my meal plan and I wrote down what I thought I needed, and then I went to the Walmart app because that's where we're going to be going for groceries today, and I added it all up and it ended up at like $100. And so I was trying to figure out, do I just raise my budget, which I could, but we've been over budget on some things for the last couple of weeks, and I just want to rein that in and figure out how to do this without going over budget, hopefully in any of our categories for this week. So I'm going to show you what I had originally on the list, and then I'm going to tell you what I've decided to do differently. Okay, so I have my notes over here. So we had milk, 2 gallons at $3.26 a gallon is $6.52. 2 pounds of butter for $7.64. 5 pounds of American cheese at $7.24. And actually, originally I had wanted to get a different kind of sliced cheese too, and already cut that out. 2 pounds of mozzarella for $6.96, and then a 2 count of cream cheese for $3.26, and then lunch meat, because we're going to do subs. 2 pounds of smoked turkey was $7.54, and remember, this is a family of 9. French bread I couldn't find on there. I was thinking maybe 3 loaves, and they were probably about $2 a piece. I don't know why they weren't on the app, or if this Walmart doesn't do the fresh French or Italian bread. Bagels for my husband's lunches, I figured $2 for a 6-pack. Pancake syrup, $2.36. Some of my kids don't like maple syrup, and that's okay. Ranch dressing for the big one, $3.54. 2 meals where we were going to be away from home and we were going to do chips, I figured $6.50. Lettuce, $1.87. $2 on tomatoes, $2.56 on cucumbers. I think that was 4 of them. A watermelon, $4.67. Cantaloupe, $2.67. A cauliflower, $3.12, and potatoes, $6.44. And then you can see up here I wrote the total that I had figured was $92.89, and $75 was the budget that we were going for. So tonight we're doing our grocery shopping and our bowling outing for the week. And I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for dinner, because I knew if I didn't do something, we were going to end up eating out or getting something really quick because it's going to be late. So I had 1 package of hamburger left in the freezer, and I made meatballs with that. And then I found a recipe for sub rolls. And this is how the subs turned out, or sub rolls turned out. It's a Copycat Subway recipe for the Italian urban cheese, and they look so good. So first of all, I made these for tonight, but I don't think we'll use them all. We'll probably use half. And then I was able to cross out the French bread on my list because we can just use these for the subs that we need to make later on. And then one of the other big expenses was the lunch meat, and I realized that I actually have a very large Cajun chicken, no, buffalo chicken breast chub of lunch meat in the freezer. I'll put a picture of it in here. I think it's like 7 pounds, 6 pounds, something like that. My mother-in-law got it really cheap. She knows my husband really likes buffalo chicken flavored things, and we just put it in the freezer because it was like at the sell-by date. But I pulled that out and put it in the garage fridge, and probably tomorrow or the next day I'm going to pull out my meat slicer and slice that, and we'll have that for a couple different meals, and I don't have to buy lunch meat. And then the other thing that was easy to eliminate from the list was bagels. It's a pain to make them, and honestly the homemade ones, even though they taste really good, don't hold up quite as well in the freezer, but if I can do a week's worth for my husband out of homemade ones, I just do a breakfast sandwich, freeze it, and then the night before I pull one out and put it in the fridge for his breakfast the next morning, because he gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm not making breakfast at 4 o'clock in the morning, but I want him to be able to leave the house with something substantial in his belly. So I can do a week's worth, and then we'll have some for making sandwiches or just eating. So that is rising right now, and that eliminated another $2 from what we need to spend for this week, trying to just get through. And then the other thing that I can make is pancake syrup. So the kids don't love this quite like the chemical laden stuff from the store, but that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and make a batch of that, and then we'll have it on hand. This is my pancake syrup recipe. I'm sure there's a million different ones. I keep it on the same page as my pancakes. Water, sugar, brown sugar. It calls for butter, which is optional, and I probably will leave it out because I'm not gonna waste the butter, and then you have to watch how long it sits as well. And then it says a half a teaspoon of maple flavoring or vanilla extract. I'm gonna do, or I'm sorry, 1.5. I'm gonna do 1.5 of maple and 1.5 of butter flavoring and do it that way. It's been boiling for about 3 minutes, and I pulled out my butter and maple flavorings. Yep, that's the 3-minute mark. So I'm going to add this after I turn it off, and then it'll be ready to go in a jar. Okay, so we eliminated the lunch meat, the bread products, the pancake syrup. The rest of it we still have to get, but I looked at the Food Lion ad, which came out today, and their 10 pounds of potatoes are $5. Walmart's was $6.44, and their cantaloupe is $2.50, and Walmart's was $2.67. So I'm gonna save a little bit on that. We don't have time to stop today, but we're gonna stop on Saturday whenever we go to a birthday party, and that'll be $7.50 there. So then the things that I still need to get at Walmart: 2 gallons of milk, 2 pounds of butter, 5 pounds of American cheese, 2 pounds of mozzarella, a 2 count of cream cheese, a container of ranch dressing, chips for 2 meals, which these 2 could go if they had to, but they make life a little bit easier and a little bit more pleasant. Lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, watermelon, and cauliflower is $65.88. Adding that to the $7.50 at Food Lion should bring me in at $73.38 of my $74 budget. Okay, that's it. The bagels are done, the bread is done, the syrup is done, the lunch meat is thawing, and I am done for the day, ready to go for groceries and do our bowling trip in just a little bit. Thank you guys for being here so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.